So I just want to explain the difference between NPR and NCR. So basically NPR, the order matters, but the NCR is unordered. Now, just through looking at an example, I want to explain what the difference is and what they actually mean. Now, the NPR button means n factorial on n minus r factorial. So it's n factorial, and then it's n minus r factorial. So it's this one minus this one factorial on the bottom. And n factorial just on the top. So, and this NCR actually kills n factorial over n minus r factorial, but then divided by an extra r factorial. So I just want to go through an example so I can show you that extra r factorial, that's actually dividing out the order of the thing that you've just selected. So if you selected like a group of R people, then it's dividing out the number of ways you can arrange those R people. Okay, so let's just do it if we have 5 people. Now, firstly, we're going to pick the 5 people. We're going to pick 3 of those people. So we're going to pick 3 people, but we're going to pick them for positions. So we're going to pick them for vice captain or vice captain or secretary. So we're going to put them into 3 seats. So the order is going to matter. So when I look at the first seat, the first seat I could choose. So that's the vice captain, then the captain and the secretary. I have 5 choices. Then the captain would be 4 and the secretary would be 3. So you multiply those options. Okay, so if I was doing NCR, that would be 5C3. Now what that actually means is if you get this selection of 3, 5 times 4 times 3, and the 3 people you select, you divide out the order that they can be arranged within each other. So for example, if you had A, B, C as your 3 people, you could have A, C, B, you could have B, C, A. So basically, this one here, the unordered one, that takes into account the arrangements like an A, B, C, A, C, B. They're all different things. B, C, A. But this is not considered when you're doing the 3C5. You're just picking 3 people. Like you might want them pick 3 people to play sport against each other or just to be on the committee and not actually hold positions. Now, when you look at that, the 5 times 4 times 3, that is the same as 5 factorial. And you might notice right at the end there, that's times 2 times 1 is missing. So what's happened here is they've actually divided out the 2 factorial. So it's the same as 5 factorial over 2 factorial. Because if you simplify that, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 2 times 1, so that cancels out and you get what we originally started with. And that's the same thing, like if you've got 5 factorial on 2 factorial, that is the same as 5p3, because that is picking 3 people from 5 people to hold 3 positions or 3 seats. And that's equal to n factorial, remember the formula, and it's over n minus r factorial. So it's 5 minus 3 factorial, which is 5 factorial over 2 factorial, which you notice is the same as 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 2 times 1, which is what we had in the box earlier, 5 times 4 times 3 times 1. 5 choices times 4 choices times 3. So what I want you to consider now, that if I just chose 3 people and didn't care what order they went in, then that would be 5 factorial on 2 factorial, which is this, for the 5 times 4 times 3, which is the same thing. But then what we need to do, we need to divide out 3 factorial. Because what you're dividing out is the order that you can arrange those 3 things within themselves. And it's actually, if there's 3 people, there's actually 6 different things. They're the 6 different things. And they're the same letters if you pick those 3 people, but you don't care about the order. And that's what 3 factorial, see, that's 6. So you're dividing out that out of the total. Now that there is actually 5C3, which is picking 3 people from 5 people where you don't care about the order. And then that'll be 5 minus 3 factorial, 3 factorial, 5 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial. Because the actual formula for that is m factorial, m minus r factorial, r factorial.